Good morning, folks. Good morning from, again, sunny Las Vegas. This could be the last time I say good morning from sunny Las Vegas. Next time I say good morning to you, it will be hopefully sunny UK. How's everyone doing? This morning is another beautiful day. It's not even 7 AM yet. What on earth am I doing up riding my bike in the 600 hours? Well, I'm going to meet my mate John again. We're going to go for a quick ride up Mount Charleston, and I think the reason we're going early is he's probably got to work later on, or he's trying to work, but also so we can beat the heat, because it's 7 AM, and I've got my vented jacket on, but I've already got the feeling of a bit of a sweat. So it's a warm one, but then we're going up Mount Charleston, so probably get to the top of that and freeze to death. We can't win it this time of year, it's either too hot, too cold. Anyway, so we're going up to Al's Garage, which is like a bar on Charleston Boulevard, to meet up with John, and then we're going to ride up to Mount Charleston together. What have I been up to? So we had an awesome holiday vacation to Miami. Not the week just gone, the week before. That was, I mean, absolutely mega. We were only there like 4 days, I think it was, but in 4 days I achieved like 4 bucket list items. I appreciate everyone probably doesn't live and die by bucket list, but careful. Fucking balance, pull out. Fucking arseholes. Anyway, what's the saying? Yeah, so I know everyone doesn't live or die by bucket list, and I mean I don't really, but I'm sure everyone's got like fucking Mega Drive in that. Brilliant. Just pull into some cones. Jesus Christ, they're all out today. So yeah, what bucket list? Okay, I say bucket list. Years and years ago, I think when Tracy and I got married, we both made like this list of, I think it was called like 25 things to do before you die, and so mine had things like fly on Concorde, you know, fly on a fast jet, own a Ducati 916, see Spurs crown champions of Europe, or and things like that. You know, just things you'd love to see. And there's probably a couple of things that we did in Miami that I'd say were on my bucket list. I don't think they were probably on my 25 things to do before you die, but they are on my I've always wanted to do that list, if you like. And they were, so the first day we did an airboat tour on the Everglades, and I think from watching Flipper as a kid and Gentle Ben, I've always wanted to go on one of those airboats that flies across the top of the Everglades. So we did that, and we did it with a place called Captain Jack's, and we did what's called the Mangrove Tour. So it's a bit more, it's not like as open as the Everglades, like, you know, kind of like on the grassland. It's all the mangroves, so you're going through like tunnels that are made of trees and just water, and oh, it's absolutely epic. It was about an hour long, which is probably about just long enough, because you're kind of fully exposed to the sun. It's about an hour long, and we saw 3 alligators. So we saw 2 alligators like out in the open, that when we got close you could see they were like becoming defensive. And then one female alligator who was like in her sort of protecting her nest, so you could like, we could see her like under the mangroves, but with a camera you couldn't quite capture her. But yeah, so I was hoping to see an alligator, and we saw 3 and it was epic. What else did we do? So on the second day, we went to Kennedy Space Center, which is somewhere I've always my whole life wanted to go, even as a kid. I was like, if we ever go to like Florida and Disneyland and all that, I can give a monkeys about it. Fucking hell. Jesus. Your fucking phone! Put your fucking phone down, you fucking idiot! Fucking hell. Put it in front of me on your bastard phone! Didn't put it down when I had a go. Yeah, so second day, Space Center. Now I'd been to the Texas Space Center when I went to Houston end of last year. Where is John? There he is. Alright, hang on. I'll see John first and I'll carry on. Alright. Hey buddy.
How you doing, man?
You alright? Right, so yeah, John, as you can see, has the same bike as me. It's actually a 748, but he's got his fairings are like almost identical to the track fairings I've got on my 996, like because it's like a Carl Fogarty replica. He's done like the same foggy rep stickers and stuff on his, so it's quite funny. It's like looking at my 996. Yeah, so I went to the Texas Space Center. It was like, I don't know, end of last year anyway. So I probably wasn't like as excited as maybe I would have been to go to the Kennedy Space Center as I have been my whole life, because I kind of seen some of it, but it was still absolutely brilliant to go, just to sort of say I've been. And but it was a much better place. In terms of the way they presented the space shuttle and the Saturn V and stuff, was like much cooler. In Texas they haven't really presented them, like the Saturn V's just in a warehouse and you just kind of walk around it, and the space shuttle like outside. But in Texas they've like presented it. They put like they put like a presentation together that you watch for kind of 10-15 minutes, and then the space shuttle appears like almost through a see-through wall. John. Yes, it's just better presented, and it was cool to take Finley and Amelia and Tracy to see those. So yeah, so that was Kennedy Space Center. That was second bucket list item ticked. And then day 3 we drove down to Florida Keys, or down to Key West, like the most southerly point in the continental US. And oh my god, it was a long drive. Yeah, bloody long drive. It's like 5 hours it took us to get there. Yeah, it took us like 5 hours to drive down to Key West, because the traffic was so slow. It's like a single lane road, like 45 miles an hour, a lot of it, or something, but people were going like 30, because they got like towing an RV or just being bloody shit basically. Oh god, it took forever. But anyway, it was worth it. And we spent about 2 or 3 hours on the beach. Yeah, we spent about 2 or 3 hours on the beach there. Like, the beach the most southerly beach in the US, and you could swim out and be further out than like land. So in which I was thinking was going to be the Atlantic Ocean, but actually it was the Gulf of Mexico, I guess, because you're right at that kind of point where they probably meet sort of a place by the Atlantic and the Gulf of Mexico. So yeah, so 2 or 3 hours on the beach there, which was awesome. Like really nice temperature. It wasn't that humid, it wasn't cold, it wasn't like baking hot. The ocean or the Gulf of Mexico was like a nice temperature, like, and it wasn't cold, because if it's cold I don't get in it. I hate cold water. That's my biggest hate. I hate cold water. So yeah, if it was cold I wouldn't have got in it. But yeah, it was like perfect temperature, like just cool enough to keep you nice and cool in the heat, but not like where you like feel freezing. And you can just bob around and swim. And there was like some rocks about probably about 50 metres out. It was just me, Finley and Amelia swim out to the rocks, and you can like stand on the rocks. We've got a picture taken on the rocks. A lot of people like snorkeling and stuff around the rocks, probably because there's crabs and stuff coming about there. But anyway, that was Key West, and then it was about a 4-hour drive back, so got a long old day of driving, but well worth it, well worth it. Always wanted to drive down that bit that sticks out of the bottom of Florida, and there's like bridges that just go across the ocean, like unbelievable, really quite stunning. Then so what our plan was the 4th day, our plan was to just kind of chill out at the house, enjoy this Airbnb that we'd rented with like pool and stuff in the garden, and just kind of enjoy the house and maybe go to like the local beach, or go and buy some local seafood and have a barbecue or whatever. But on the second day, or the first day in the evening, when I was looking at the tickets for Kennedy Space Center on the website, I was looking to see if you could buy like the military discounted tickets on the website, but you couldn't. But what I noticed when I was looking, it said next launch 3 days, like 12 hours and something or other, and I was thinking, what? 3 days? I definitely looked up on the launch calendar, and there was no launches whilst we were in Florida, which, I mean, you can try and plan your trip to be when there's a launch, but the launches move all the time, so you can't really guarantee it. So you're best off just enjoying your holiday, and if you get lucky and there's a launch, well, you get lucky. And do you know what? We got a bit lucky. So this was like the Wednesday, so when it said like 3 days, 4 hours, it worked out to be Saturday, which was our 4th day, which was the day that we didn't really have anything planned. And it was like 4:40 in the afternoon, the planned launch, and it was going to be a SpaceX Falcon 9 unmanned rocket delivering 53 I think they're called Starlink satellites to low Earth orbit. Check me out, I remember all that information. I must have been interested, I only remember stuff. So yeah, we got absolute luck, like just the luckiest. I couldn't even explain how lucky that is. But anyway, this launch has been brought forward, I think, from like Monday to Saturday, so we were going to be in town. So the Saturday we then kind of just chilled out in the morning, which was cool, because after the day before a 9-hour drive, it was nice to not have to get up and, you know, sort out food and lunches and drinks and stuff, and get in the car and go somewhere. It was nice just to chill out. And then like just after lunch, around lunchtime, it was about a 2.5-hour drive north, and I'd found a beach. I can't remember what the beach is called, but anyway, the beach is right by the launch pads, even there, you're still, I think you're like 7 miles away. So you're not even close there. You probably get a really good view, and you get like the live countdown clock, and you get the NASA TV and NASA commentary played to you over loudspeakers and stuff. But I think it was still actually further away than what we were. Anyway, this beach was on like a national park, so you paid like your $20 to get in. We got really lucky with the parking. There was our car park that was closed off with cones, probably because it was so full. And as we drove past it, I noticed there was an empty space. So I went in the exit. There's no one really about. I went in the exit and then I reversed up the street and went into this car parking spot. And it was a car parking spot right at the beach, at the closest point to the launch. So you literally couldn't have got a better parking slot on a better beach. Yeah, it was just perfect. So we grabbed our chairs and stuff, went onto the beach. We had to queue ages to get to the national park. Like, we must have queued about an hour to get in, just because I think they probably didn't have like phone signal there, so every time someone tried to pay by credit card it probably took ages. But anyway, we got in. We left plenty of time, so we had a good couple of hours of fat to play with. So it was a good time really, because although we sat in the car for an hour waiting to get in, the only difference is we would have been sat like on the beach for another hour waiting for this rocket launch. So yeah, whatever. So we got on the beach, got our chairs, set ourselves up, had about an hour wait. Finley obviously went in the sea. I mean, this boy, if he sees water like the ocean, he's in it. Like, doesn't matter what he's wearing, doesn't matter what he's doing, doesn't matter where we are, he's in it, straight in it. Waves smashing him in the face. So I took his swimming stuff because I knew this was going. So I took his swimming stuff, and he was in the ocean. And then we got him out, kind of 5 minutes before the launch. And you got the whole beach of people. No one's looking out to sea. Everyone's looking along the beach, waiting for this rocket launch. And then, like, pretty much bang on time. This rocket went off, and it wasn't as close as I thought. It was like a bit of a fireball in the distance, and it wasn't like as noisy as I thought, because I was guessing the Falcon 9 isn't a massive rocket. Well, it's a massive rocket, but it's not like the space shuttle or Sat 5 kind of size. But I mean, it was just unbelievable to see a rocket launch into space. It was pretty noisy. So anyway, yeah, that was day 4. Dream accomplished. Number 4. Absolutely amazing. So yeah, we went all the way to Florida. We didn't do any of the typical Disneyland, Legoland, Universal Studios or whatever else there is there. Didn't do any of that. That's all like Orlando kind of area. That's kind of, Orlando area. We were down a bit further down in Miami, because I wasn't fussed about doing Disney and that. It's just standing in queues all day, and Finley doesn't want to go on half the rides. Amelia won't go on most of the rides. Tracy definitely doesn't want to go on most of the rides and stuff. So, but yeah, absolutely awesome few days in Miami. So on the Sunday we had to get up early, get in the hire car. We had like a Mustang convertible. I mean, when you go to Miami, you got to have a convertible, I suppose. Initially I booked an SUV, and then Tracy was like, well, you got to have a convertible, and I was like, yeah, that's true, you are correct. So I changed it to this convertible, and we ended up with this Mustang, and I tell you what, it made a lot of noise, this Mustang, when you accelerated, but it didn't really do a lot. I mean, I think our Kia would be faster. It just made a shitload of noise, and we didn't really move forward. So typical American car, just like a 5 litre V8 or whatever. Makes amazing noise, but it's as slow as a bloody Nissan Micra with a 1 litre engine that makes no noise. But yeah, I mean, that was cool. It was comfortable, and we just about fitted the suitcases in there with a squeeze. But yeah, so we got up Sunday morning, got to the airport, flew home. We were back in Vegas about lunchtime. Got back to Vegas about lunchtime, and then so yeah, that was on the Sunday, and then on the Monday morning I was back to reality, back to the chemo centre for the good stuff. Actually, I went for a quick ride on my bike Monday morning because I knew I had chemo at I think 9:30, so I went out about 8 o'clock. Just smashed it through Red Rock and back, where I saw my mate Harry Barnes in his black Tesla. He's one of those Tesla wankers. Hi Harry, if you're listening. Yeah, he thinks he can outpace me on his Tesla. I mean, who knows, probably could. It's the 24-year-old bike. It's not quick by modern bike standards, but I think I'd still give a cheap Tesla a run for his money. Yeah, so yeah, Monday was back to the fun of chemo. And then, to be honest, like, chemo kicked my ass this week. Yeah, normally I'm like alright by Thursday, and then Friday I'm kind of 90%, 85-90% good. Saturday I'm like mad for it again, because yeah, the time before I did the track day on the Saturday, so I was obviously fit enough by Saturday to do that. But if I had to do a track day that Saturday, like last Saturday, the end of the week of my chemo, I don't think I could have. I was suffering quite a lot this week. Mainly it's like really, it makes you really tired, but the worst thing is the nausea. It just plays havoc with your stomach. So it's like you don't necessarily lose your appetite, but you don't really want to eat because you're not sure whether you feel hungry or sick. I'm not trying to teach you to suck eggs. I'm sure you know what nausea is, but I don't know. It's something beyond the normal nausea. There's something about it. It's just a bit weird because your stomach hurts from the chemo, but then you also feel nauseous, but then you haven't lost your appetite, and then you get confused whether you're hungry. So yeah, it's a strange one. It's funny, riding with John, I nearly stalled the bike every set of traffic lights because our engines obviously sound the same, so I can't tell when it's my bike is revving or his. So I nearly stalled it a couple of times. Bit of tyre in the road, awesome. I hate that. If that was night time, it's right in my wheel tracks. If I was in that lane, you wouldn't see it until quite late. I'll tell you what, if you hit one of those tyres, like especially like that, like a truck tyre, even though it's only a little bit of rubber, they are solid. I mean, that would potentially, maybe slightly bigger, just stood up like that, I could just wash my front end off and I'd go down, or it would at least trash the front of a bike. It would probably whack the wheel and then smash into the bearing or something. It would not be enjoyable. Right, John, are we getting off at this one? Go up the mountain. Let's hope we don't freeze there. Dickhead, you don't need to be in this lane today. John's a lot more sensible than me. I would have like smashed it down the outside of that car. Smoked it up here past the lorry. And then we wouldn't. John is sensible, which is very good. I like that. Keeps me, it keeps me sensible, which is no mean feat. That's why often I like to follow people when we ride. I always say to John, like, "I'll follow you, mate," and I think he probably likes following me. Yeah, I wasn't sure where he wanted to go today, so I asked him to go in front. It'd probably make me go in front on the way back, but I like to follow people because then I can ride at their pace, whereas often I never know how fast someone wants to go, so I end up either riding too fast or too slow, and they're probably thinking, well, this is too slow, or oh god, slow down. Why are you riding so fast? So yeah, I like to follow people, then I can go at their pace. And if they want to smash it and go fast, then happy days. I'll try and keep up. Yeah. Alright, not been up here for a while. Last time I came up here, I did a video on talking about bike gear and stuff. Talking of bike gear, my shipping goes back this Friday, so I've got to keep a couple of items of gear in behind to go in my suitcase, which is a bit annoying because it takes up valuable space in a suitcase. But because I'm picking up my new bike in the UK, like the day after we land, I'm going to need helmet and trousers and jacket and stuff, so needs must. But yeah, so I've got some I bought a new pair of jeans. I'm not wearing anything for this today, but I bought a new pair of jeans, bike jeans, which I'm really pleased with. They're really nice. Some bike boots. They're long, like up to your knee, proper decent bike boots, and a new helmet, and these are all to kind of match the style of my new bike. I wouldn't wear them on this, it wouldn't look right. A bit like I think you thought that was a Copland. A bit retro looking stuff. You thought that was a cop. Not a cop, John, just a dude in an SUV. And that's why our bikes you ride in this formation, like staggered, one on the left, one on the right, because like where he then just, I wasn't really paying any attention. He thought he saw a cop and he slammed on his brakes or backed off, and if I was right behind him, it would have been a bit of a why are you stopping? But because I'm next to him, it doesn't matter. If he slams on, I'll just fly right by. So that is why you ride like this. Staggered formation. Basically what you should do is you should split the road into 3 lanes. So I'm in the right lane. The middle lane is on like the dirty bit, so you don't want to ever use the middle lane. And the left lane is where John is. So bikes will always split lanes into three, 1, 2 and 3, and don't generally try and ride in lane 2, because that's where all the car, grease and oil and all that sort of stuff sits. But obviously, because cars don't really ever touch it, it never gets washed away or worn out, and that's why you get this, you can see, can't you, the black strip down the middle of the road. And that's all it is, it's just because the tyres don't generally touch it, so it's just dirt. Dirty. Everyone likes it dirty, but I don't like it dirty in lane 2. Anyway, Mount Charleston. No snow. Last time I came up here, we had some snow. The snow has finally gone. I think it was here till about a couple of weeks ago. But actually, you know what? I can still see tiny little dots of snow. So it's now, what, end of May? It's getting up to some days in Vegas. I'd say one day it'll be 100 degrees, so that's like 40, about 40 degrees centigrade, something like that, late there. So yeah, getting toasty. Yeah, 12,000 feet, I think it is, 12,000 feet. There's still a little bit of snow. I think from centigrade, is it like no, it's 2 centigrade per 1,000 feet. So if it's 40 degrees in Vegas, Mount Charleston is about 9,000 feet above Vegas, because Vegas is at 3,000 feet. So roughly 9,000 feet, so 18 degrees. So the top of Mount Charleston today, if Vegas is 40 degrees, should be 18 degrees off that, so 22 degrees. Which I think is about right, because when I looked at the weather forecast, top of Mount Charleston today it said 19 or 20, so yeah, Vegas must be about 36, 37 today. Ah, there we go. The meteorology bullshit works. I think it's 2 degrees per 1,000 feet. I've done something in my time with this air crew wankers. Like you, Harry Barnes, Tesla wanker, air crew wanker. I hope you're listening. He's in Alaska, the son of a gun. I've never known anyone to do so much stuff, like cool stuff in America, in their time out here. And I've known people that have been out here for, there's one guy that's been out here for over 10 years now, like solid. I've done 8.5 years, but solid he's done over 10 years. Actually 2 guys have done over 10 years. Not just in Vegas, like down in San Diego as well, where there's a couple of postings. But neither of them have done anything really that I can think of. Like, just Disneyland or whatever. But yeah, Harry, he's not married and kids, but he's a young pilot, and he's done so many national parks. He's peaked so many mountains. He's done loads of road trips. He rents like these little camper vans and stuff, and does massive road trips. Awesome. Fair play to the guy. I doff my cap to you, Harry. Shame he's such a nice guy, because you kind of want to hate him. But anyway, he hasn't got a Ducati 916, so unlucky, Harry. Cool, you know that. I don't know anyone that's done anywhere near as much as what Harry's done. And at the moment he's in Alaska. I can't remember what the national park's called, but he's like climbing all over these glaciers and trying not to get killed by bears. But I think he said it was his new favourite national park. I don't know what his last favourite was. Probably Yosemite, I would imagine. been there a few times, but yeah, top banana. He makes my little Everglades airboat and rocket launch in Florida seem a bit dull and boring. The amount of stuff he's done, but oh well, we've done pretty good. Come on, John, you're on Ducati. Fucking smoke him. Last time when I came up and did a video, I filmed, there was a place called Mount Charleston Lodge, and I filmed it, but when I got home, the footage is corrupted. I think because I was using an unofficial GoPro battery, which is weird why a battery would affect a camera, but I basically think GoPro put something in their software that says if someone uses a cheap ass battery off Amazon, then screw their footage up. So thanks GoPro, thanks for that, and thanks for charging so much for your batteries that everyone feels like they need to go and buy a cheaper battery. Why don't you focus your time, GoPro, on making batteries that last longer than like 10 minutes, rather than putting stuff in your software that corrupts my video footage when I use an unofficial battery. Anyway, so I filmed this Mount Charleston Lodge because Mount Charleston Lodge, how long ago? Over a year ago now, burnt down. And I went up there to see it for the first time. It burnt down, but to see what progress it made in building a new lodge. And when I got there, it was still just a big pile of firewood. It looked like it burnt down. It looked like it burnt down yesterday. So I'm hoping John goes up there so we can have a look. If he doesn't, I might wave him up to go and have a look. And hopefully my battery won't run out before we get there, and the footage won't have corrupted itself, and my microphone's working hopefully, and so yeah, I guess a lot of things have to go right. I mainly want to get a picture of it just so I can show Tracy, because I didn't take any photos of it last time because I had it on the GoPro, but then when I got home, obviously the GoPro shut the bed, so it's cooled down. I wouldn't say I'm cold yet. I guess you've got wind chill to take into account, so when we stop I won't be cold. But I'm starting to wish I had another layer on maybe. But we're nearly as high as we're going to go, so it's not going to get much colder than this. And now we've got a cop who's overtaken the lorry because the lorry's so bloody slow, and because there's a cop behind them, the cars have shit themselves as well. Well, that wasn't the fact there was an oncoming car, that wasn't a great overtaking manoeuvre by that cop. But anyway. They're overtaking in this country, it's so bad. I mean, oh mate, you're no, you're, oh my god, approaching a blind crest. I suppose it's a pickup truck so you can see it. That's cool. Whatever. I keep forgetting to give, I'm sorry Mike, I keep forgetting to give Mike Barilli a shout. I said I'd give him a shout out in my vlog. So here's the shout out, Mike Barilli. So Mike is one of the mix at 39 Squadron. I've worked with for a couple of years, but I didn't know him before. I didn't know him before 39 Squadron. But he's a top man, and oh, there is snow. Look at that, there is snow up there still. No wonder I'm cold. Yeah, he's a top guy, and the other week he brought around like a dozen donuts from, where was it from? Got so many donut places in Vegas, I can't remember where it's from. It wasn't Dunkin', it was somewhere like that. Yeah, anyway, yeah, so brought around 12 of these huge donuts in a box for us to enjoy, which was really kind to him. So really kind of him. So thank you, Mike. I appreciate. You're one of the few guys that listens to my waffling on, and he's always dropping me a message to see how I'm doing and that. So big shout out to Big Mike Barilli. He's looking to stay in the US, I believe. Jammy bastard. But yeah, actually I think after seeing the mass school shooting in Texas yesterday, where I think it was 18 children killed and a teacher killed, and then also a cop was shot, I think, but not killed. Yeah, maybe staying in the US was not so appealing until they changed their gun laws. But anyway, yeah, so hey Mike, thanks for the donuts, dude. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Hope you're enjoying the mountain views I'm giving you. It's coming at a price because I'm bastard freezing. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy the ride for a bit. Stop chatting shit. Oh, I'm a poet. I'm going to stop running for a bit and no, start running. No, shut up. Shut up, Chris. Anyway, if I don't see you again, because this helmet with the mount on it goes in a shipping container on Friday, so yeah, I'm pretty sure I won't see you again. So I won't see you again in Vegas. So on the top of Mount Charleston, looking down in Vegas, I bid you farewell. See you in the UK. Probably on board a BMW RNineT, smoking it around some country lanes in Lincolnshire. Will be my next adventure. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being you. And remember, I am here for any of you. Permission to talk. If any of you feel like you need to chat, you get something off your mind, I'm always here for you. Not a cop, not a cop. Just a dude with his boot up. Is John on the verge of getting a ban or something? Every time he sees a cop, puts the anchors on. Or not even a cop. Every time he sees not a cop. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, talk to each other. Be healthy, and see you in the UK. Bye, motherfuckers.